Okay. So, hello students, good evening, good morning, everyone who will be joining our session today. So, my name is Nusrat Jahan Nishu. I'm the Relationship Manager of GRK International Educational Consultant. And we are today, our live session is with LUT University. We have one of our team member from Nepal team, Mr. Rajan with us, and our representative from LUT University, Mr. Ilyas. Please tell me something about yourself.
So hello, my name is Rijan Karki, and I'm the counselor of from Nepal, and I would like to hear some good introduction from Mr. Ilyas.
All right. Yeah. Thank you very much. Welcome in all wherever you are. I would say it's almost good evening from Finland. My name is Ilyas Bosofa. I'm the International Student Recruitment at LUT University and Lab University of Applied Sciences, both LUT universities.
Great. So today you will give us a presentation about the basic requirements and the programs from LUT University, and then we'll be taking some questions from our student. Please, student, do ask your question in the comment section, and our team members and Mr. Elias will be answering them. And yes, you can start your presentation.
Thank you, Nisha. Thanks a lot. Thanks for the introduction. Right. So is presentation visible? Does it look quite good in the visibility?
Yes, it's visible.
All right, fantastic. Okay, welcome in. Good evening from Finland, Northern Europe. We have winter already. We have got some spells of snow already happening in this country. So welcome to LUT University. And in this webinar, we're going to talk quite a lot about different aspects of studying at LUT, admission criteria, tuition fees, scholarships, living expenses, the services that the LUT University provides, our facilities, and more. Okay, but before we do so, why Finland? Number one, I'd like to pinpoint that we have a lot of students coming from Bangladesh, Nepal, and India, and of course, Sri Lanka. So if your nationality is present here today, congratulations, because when you come to Finland, you will have a great community in case you need support with your local culture and so on and so forth. So you would never be alone. Obviously, we have a lot of services, we have all the international nationalities, but these are your nationalities. That's always helpful when you go to a foreign country, at least in the very beginning. All right, so why Finland? So LUT University is located in Finland, but why would you choose Finland? I've compiled some elements about this country, and you might know even more than me about Finland, but these are some perspectives that are quite important for international applicants when we attract them to study at LUT and in Finland. So Finland is the world's happiest country for 8 years in a row now. What does it mean exactly, the happiest country in the world? Does it mean that we smile and laugh all the time? Certainly not. It just means simply that the public institutions, when we make a decision as a person, as our professional, they say yes. They listen to our decisions and they support our decisions. For example, if there's a male or female who would like to change from nursing to engineering or vice versa in the late 50s, despite the fact they are very close to retirement, the public institutions will say yes. What does it mean? Number one, the employer would not kick them out if they hear that they are studying part-time to do transition into another field, and they can even work part-time. It's illegal that the employer will kick them out. Number one. Number two, if they have children, they will receive extra daily allowance for childcare. Number three, they receive the quality education that makes them to transit from A to B in their career. This is only a small drop in the ocean, how much we are supported in the decisions we make in this country. Okay, this is why we're the happiest. It means that we're satisfied. I would say, rather than the happiest country, we're the most satisfied country in the world. Okay, one of the world's safest country, obviously, as you know, Finland is located in Northern Europe. Nordic countries, we're safe. Okay, male or female walking down forests in the middle of the night, whether winter or summer, very, very rare they will be approached by a stranger. Cleanest air in the world that comes from the forests and the beautiful greenness that we have. Top OECD country education, we're looking at here K-12, so from kindergarten all the way to high school. Now you may wonder, I'm prospective applicants interested to study at LUT University in the university level. What's the point of talking about kindergarten all the way to high school? Basically, we have students who come with their spouses, which is something allowed in Finland, as you know. As a student, you can bring a spouse along. In fact, they bring their kids along. And then they wonder, if I bring my kids along, would that place provide my kids with education? Is it quality education? Do I have to pay for my kids' education? Yes, as you know, Finland is a leading country when it comes to education worldwide, especially in K-12, and then education is for free for your kids. Or if you don't have kids now, you're planning to come to Finland and stay in the country, which is always the goal by the Finnish government. You'd like to bring up your family, build up your life here, and you wonder, is this country going to provide me with safety? Is this country going to provide me with good health services? Is this country going to provide education for my kids? Yes, it does. The most advanced country in the EU when it comes to digitization. This is more for entrepreneurs. Okay, if you're interested into startups, entrepreneurship, Finland is one of the leading countries in startups. It's becoming one of the great hubs in the Nordics, along with Sweden. Okay, we'll talk about startups at LUT University later on. Land of thousands lakes, 70% forestry and saunas. So when you happen to come to Finland, the aerial view of the country is mainly green. We have very few buildings, but we have a lot of green and nature. And that's a fantastic place to be in summer and spring, and obviously autumn. Even in winter, a lot of Finns and international students have activities. We'll talk about that specifically about in the next slides. Least corrupt country in the world. Obviously, Finland is one of the least corrupt countries in the world. We don't say that we're 100% exempt from corruption. A male or female can mess up with these statistics, but generally talking, we're exempted from corruption to a very high percentage. And then elevated approval rates for student residence permit. Finland, if you apply to LUT, you get admitted, you pay tuition fees, you show that you have the finances. We'll talk about the finances later on in your bank account. 99.99% you get in student residence permit. Okay, it might be quite extended because of what's happening now in South Asia due to the appointments. But when it comes to the student residence permit by the Finnish embassy or Migri, it's almost guaranteed, if I don't say guaranteed. Okay, affordable student life. We'll talk about the student living expenses. So, what are the Finns like? What is it like as an international students in Finland? So, how do the international students interact with the Finns and vice versa? Let's have a look at this video, despite the fact the sound is not available, but there are captions. And so in this video, you will learn what the international students say about studies at LUT and what do Finnish students, even Finnish professors, say about education at LUT and life in Finland in general.
trusting anyone is very easy because people are always honest about what they say. That is something
Okay, so that was something about the Finnishness or the Finnish culture or stereotype, and then what international students think about Finland and the Finns. Land the curious, LUT University. All right, so we have two campuses, one in Lahti, the other one in Lappeenranta. Lahti is a city, and Lappeenranta is another city. And we have two small units, one in Mikkeli and the other one in Kouvola. Lahti is 1 hour from Helsinki, the capital, by train. Lappeenranta, 2 hours from Helsinki, the capital. So let's have a look at Lappeenranta campus. All right, so that was Lappeenranta campus. Of course, you have Lahti. You can check it out online as well. It's just as beautiful as Lappeenranta. Now, what makes LUT LUT? Let's hear out some testimonials from our students from all around the world, plus our lecturers. What do they say about studies at LUT? right, so that's what makes LUT LUT. Some figures about LUT University. LUT University is still a young university, all right, but you look at our rankings and our achievements so far are already incredible, given that we're a very young university. So now the most attractive maybe figures for you here are the 92% of the satisfied students at LUT University, meaning the academic content as well as the premises or the physical, the facilities that we have, the students are satisfied with. Employment rate after 1 year after graduation, 93%. And as you can see, the budget that comes from the Ministry of Education and Culture, that's a public budget. But then a supplementary funding comes from the private sector, the large corporations. We'll talk about the budget in a bit, why it's important to us and important to you as a prospective applicant. 102 nationalities on the campus, and we are still growing. A third of the of students are foreign nationals, and we're looking in 2 years to make it 50%. So LUT is the most reputable university in Finland. That is related to budget. How? So basically, we'll have again the new data coming out in 2026, and LUT will make it again as the most trusted university in Finland. In other words, when the companies they think about giving money for research, LUT comes as number one to them. Why? Simply because they trust in our research and the results. All right. So why this is important to you as a student, bachelor, masters, basically the money makes us expand our facilities, makes us enrich our academic content, makes us have international collaborations within the academic world to make LUT more up to date when it comes to different departments, whether engineering, business, or social and communication science. Okay, these are the universities of research, by the way, in Finland. All right, and this is how much a person or research stuff, like let's say doctoral students, how much they get in research. Okay, now the most satisfied students in Finland, highest starter salaries in Finland. That's for only engineering students, and the tech has not released again this information. You can always Google it when it comes to 2026. There will be another release. Normally, every 4 years there is a new release for the starter salaries. So what does it mean? Higher starter salaries? It means that the companies again trust the quality of education at LUT University. Now, when it comes to ranking, these are the rankings. If you are more into how ranked the university, and when it comes, for example, to Times Education Impact, we're 101 to 200. Business and Economics, we're 126 to 150. Engineering and Technology, 251 to 300. And of course, Times Higher World University Rankings, we're looking at 251 to 300. And then when it comes to QS World University Ranking, 351. Second best business school in Finland. And as you can see, it's the top 126, 150 in the world, and it's accredited by different accreditations parties, which are only given for 2% of business schools around the world. So imagine a young school like this achieving this in this age already. It means that the school is rapidly growing and it's making itself on the world's map. Right, the second best in engineering in Finland. And as I mentioned earlier, 251 to 300 worldwide engineering. Physical education or physical science, 176 to 200 worldwide. And second best in Finland again. Education. At LUT University, we do engineering, business, and social communication science. In bachelor, only engineering and business. In master's, technology, business, and social communication science. Education. Now, at LUT, we do not do any education in engineering or business and social communication science. We do it from the perspective of sustainability, all right? And you may wonder, okay, sustainability is a very, very broad topic. What kind of topics you cover in sustainability? Clean air, clean water, clean energy, okay? So sustainable energy. And you will be exposed to this, whether you're in bachelor to some degree, master's in high degree, and doctoral studies to the highest degree. Will be exposed to this. There are a lot of projects that our students are working on. For example, in bachelor level, let's say computation science and AI, our students last year, they worked on data collection to collect data from African countries which have pollutions and declared pollutions. obviously they worked with satellite companies to collect, to retrieve the data from them in order to break down the data and present it in their projects. Okay, that's a very small example in bachelor's level. Of course, doctoral and postdoctoral level, we're looking at students working on creating a new water sewage system. Okay, a new water sewage system, because they believe that the wastewater cannot be wasted. There are a lot of components that can be recuperated to be used for renewable energy. All right, and there are a lot of projects you can find out in our website about in sustainability. Now, what do we offer? 10 bachelor's programs in the field of technology and business, 34 master's programs in the field of technology, business, and social communication science. Okay. Of course, we have got exchange programs. If you'd like to study abroad, we have 300 partner universities. All right. You can take a semester abroad. Seasonal programs, LUT Summer School. Fortunately, it's only meant for students who are doing their bachelor's or have done bachelor's and they would like to do masters. And of course, we have doctorate programs. For bachelor's programs, the tuition fee is 12,000, right? 12,000 euros, and there is an early bird discount of 2,000 euros. I'll explain to you in a bit tuition fees and scholarships because there will be a scholarship as well to explain how you can get the early bird discount and scholarship. Technology program or engineering program, these are the listed ones. You may realize some degree programs, 4 of them, they have double degree program. Okay, what does it mean double degree program anyway? Does it mean that you study longer than regular degree program? No, you study 3 years, but then double degree program is in collaboration with LUT University. Okay, from China. You don't need to go all the way to China. We have Chinese professors coming to teach at LUT University, but you can go to China as an option. All right. So why China? Because we need the perspective when it comes to vast industries and mass industry, combined with LUT and Finland, or the Finnish approach for engineering. All right. So eventually you'll receive a degree from LUT University Finland, LUT University China, 2 degrees in one go. Or if you'd like to go for regular degree programs, as you can see, TS, Technology and Engineering Science, Industrial Engineering and Management, combination of business and engineering, Computational Science and AI, one of the most demanded degree programs at LUT, Chemical and Process Engineering, a new degree program. Then business programs, Sustainable International Business, and then Digital Business. Digital Business, a new degree program starting in August 2026. This program combines engineering and business. All right. So not only knowing or getting the grasp of the business perspective, but also the engineering. All right. Because there will be a lot of work with the collaboration with the industries. This is exactly why it was created. So industries in Lahti City, they talk to professors at LUT's Business School. Why not create something? Create those students, recruit students that we need, very updated students that we need for our companies these days. Students who understand business and engineering. All right. Now, after completing degree at LUT, you can do masters. All right. Now, when you get admitted to LUT University for engineering or business for bachelor, you get 3+2, meaning you can do bachelor and directly do masters if you would like to carry on, of course. This is how it works with universities of research, okay, in Finland. So you get admitted to masters, to bachelor at the same time, masters. Even the student residence permit, you get as many years in your student residence permit. All right. Now, master's programs. We'll talk about scholarships and tuition fees in early bird discounts in a bit. Master's programs, 15,000 euros per year, 5,000 for early bird discount, and another 5,000 for second year scholarship. We'll talk about scholarship and tuition fees in details again. 34 master's degree programs. 34. 26 in engineering, 5 in business, 3 in social and communication science. All right. So a vast number of master's programs taught entirely in English. When you complete a master's degree, you can do bachelor's studies at LUT University for free. In fact, you can even apply for junior research assistant position. And this is what mainly international students have been doing, those who would like to end up in academia. They apply for junior assistant positions. We have a lot of openings throughout the year. Sometimes even the professor who teaches you at masters will open positions and they'll let you know. And these ones are paid, and at the same time, you are doing your doctor's studies, working in a laboratory, and teaching part-time. And you get a salary from LUT University. Scholarships and discount. Bachelor, 2,000 euros off from 12,000 regular tuition fees, and you pay 10,000 euros for the first year. So what is 2,000 euros? What is an early bird discount anyway? Now, the application period for bachelors is open from the 1st of November until the end of March 2026. Yet, first come, first served, as long as the quotas are available. Some degree programs might close even ready by the end of December, beginning of January, okay, when the quotas are filled in. Now, if, let's say, as a student you apply, normally 2 to 3 weeks it takes to get a response or a decision from our admission team. The moment you receive the decision, you have 3 weeks' time to accept your study place and pay your tuition fees to be exempted from the 2,000 euros. So you pay 10,000 euros within 3 weeks, okay? Now, second and third year, you have scholarship, 3,000 euros per year. So 3,000 minus 2,000, 12,000 euros, you pay 9,000 euros per year. Now, how would you get the scholarship? Very simple. 60 credits to be covered. You may wonder, why 60 credit? Why not 50 or 40 or 70? Well, the bachelor degree program has got 180 credits divided by 3 years. That's 60 credits. So you chose you're naturally committed to your studies, we'll reward you with a scholarship. Third year, the same. Another 60 credits, you get another discount, another scholarship, of 3,000. Now, for the double degree programs, it is a bit more complex because it's in collaboration with LUT University. If you're doing double degree program, you have 2 categories. There's scholarship, there's no early bird discount. There's either scholarship, the category number 1 and category number 2. Category number 1, it goes for the maximum 10% of the admitted applicants. Now, you may wonder how many applicants or how many students you accept for the degree program. We accept 30 to 40. For example, mechanical engineering, double degree program, we'll accept maximum 40 students. 10% of them, 4 students, 4 top students, based on what? Based on the GPA. All right? Based on the GPA and the language performance from high school. That's how we assess them in the first year. All right? Then they get third off 12,000 euros. Then the second category, which is least generous, it's 1,000 euros for 40% of applicants. So 4 by 4, 16 from the 40 students admitted. All right. Master, 15,000, early bird discount, the same formula, accept your study place within 3 weeks and pay tuition fees. You pay 10,000 euros, second year, 15,000 minus 5,000 if you complete 60 credits. Master, 120 credits. You pay eventually 10,000 euros. First year, second year, 10,000 euros. Rolling admission to bachelor's programs. The international rolling admission has started already in November. All right. Now, I would like to thank JRK and the team present today for their work, for their very hard work, representing LUT University and LUT University Applied Sciences to recruit students for LUT and LUT. So if you need any help with visas, application, from A to Z, they are very qualified and they are our official representative to help you with the application. All right. They've recruited many students throughout the years, so they're very experienced. Now, back to rolling admission. International rolling admission is meant for international students like you from November until the end of April, until the end of March or the 1st of April. Studies commence in August, so this August 2026. All right. No competition between applicants. First come, first serve, as I mentioned earlier. Students can apply during the last year of upper secondary education with an unfinished degree as well. So if you're applying for bachelor and you are in your 12th grade and you wonder, can I apply now? Yes, you can. You can apply latest by the end of August. You have to send us your final degree certificate and your final transcript of records. You can apply with all of your years of high school and, if possible, first semester of 12th grade. Okay. Admission criteria for business studies. Business studies, 80% GPA. We count all the high schools. We do the math, all right? And we calculated the general GPA. Then 70% in math. We just need a word mathematics in your transcript of records. 70% mathematics done in high school, all right? Required documents, upper secondary degree certificate, upper secondary transcript of records, degree certificate if graduated, obviously, English language certificate, copy of passport. Admission criteria for engineering. GPA 70%, advanced mathematics 80%, computation science and AI requires 90%. Now you may wonder, what is advanced mathematics? We don't have advanced mathematics in our country. Yes, I know you may just call it mathematics in a country, but the content is the same, all right? Now, how do you know the content? The advanced mathematics is all listed here. You just need to copy this, paste it, print it out, give it to your teacher or your high school, and they will tick what you've done. At least 80% of the advanced mathematics, okay? Physics or chemistry. I repeat, physics or chemistry, 80%. And the documents almost the same, plus advanced mathematics. Admission criteria and dates. Now, for bachelor, imagine that you do not have enough GPA, general GPA, or advanced mathematics. Maybe you weren't very focused on your first year, second year at high school, and then you improved, you picked up the pace in your last years. It's unfair not to consider you for application at LUT. This is why we have SAT test. SAT test is an alternative, plan B. I repeat, an alternative to the national curriculum or the GPA and what I've mentioned earlier. All right. SAT, if you do SAT, we don't need your advanced mathematics, nor do we need the language, nor do we assess your math skills. So no language requirement, no mathematics, no GPA assessment. SAT will be enough. What score? 700 in math, 600 in writing or in language, evidence-based reading and writing. All right. Again, another alternative for mathematics. This time only mathematics. OMPT test. It's an online test. It's just like SAT, but this is only for mathematics. You can do OMPT test if you feel your advanced mathematics did not reach the GPA required. In engineering, it's 80%. But for computation science and AI, as you may remember, 90%. You can do OMPT test. Very easy. I've looked at the exam examples. Very, very, very accessible exam. And you can do it between 3 to 5 days. The moment you start it until you receive the results. It takes only 5 days. And everything happens online. The grade required, 60%. This only applies for mathematics, advanced mathematics, engineering. All right. Language. I know it's very common in your region to have IELTS, 6.5. IELTS, minimum 6.0 in writing and speaking. Okay. And all the remaining exams are recognized as well. Admission criteria and dates for master. Master, we have got 2 admission periods. One in early admission. Unfortunately, it's already closed for this year. Then there is regular admission, which is more common than early admission. Early admission is easier because it's only for international students. Regular admission is Finnish students or local students plus international students. Okay, from the 15th of December until 21st of January. All LUT master programs are included. Competition, the higher scores, the better chance of being admitted. All right, 34 master's degree programs. So we definitely have the quotas for you if you apply. Now, what do you need to consider for masters? Hey, one thing, every single degree program has got its own admission criteria, and you find them online. You go to apply to LUT, you go to our website, apply to LUT. You don't choose bachelor, you choose masters. When you go there, you find all the application process and each degree program. You click on it and you'll find all the admission criteria. But one framework I'll give you to help you out on that. Required documents. What kind of degree certificate required from you? For example, engineering, mostly we require Bachelor of Science in Engineering. All right. There are some degree programs, for example, Industrial Engineering and Management, that they combine business and engineering. Bachelor of Science in Economics or Business is possible, is accepted. Business, the same. Bachelor of Science in Economics or Business, if you'd like to apply for business. If you would like to apply with engineering degree for business, then you would need GMAT or GRE. And everything is listed, what kind of score, how to do it, what is required. Number 1. Number 2, previous program-related studies to degree. Obviously, when you're applying for something for masters, normally you need to have some relevancy in your bachelor. Let's say, for example, you're applying for data-centric engineering, which is in computation science. You should have done some studies in, let's say, in computation science. All right. programming, data analysis. So these are all listed in our website, from 24 credits up to 80 credits. Okay, so depending on each degree program. So previous program related studies, very important. GPA, if applicable. Sometimes some degree programs, they have GPA. If there is no GPA, it means there is no requirement for GPA. The higher GPA, the better. English language certificates, the same as bachelor. 6.5 IELTS, and there is no minimum band requirement, as opposed to bachelor. You'll find on each degree program what kind of language requirements, but generally talking 6.5. Evaluation, sometimes there's an interview, sometimes not. It depends on the degree program. On the top of that, sometimes some degree programs in masters require some experience. Like, for example, international marketing and management. For masters, requires some work experience. Not all. Actually, in fact, very limited ones, they require working experience. Because LUT is University of Research, is not University of Applied Sciences. In the University of Applied Sciences, it's a different story. You'll have to have minimum 2 years of working experience, regardless what master's degree program are you looking at. All right, now integration to LUT University. Well, it would be great when you come to LUT University, you start doing a lot of integration, or you start tapping into a lot of integration service that we have. One of it is to learn Finnish language, right? It's very important if you'd like to study here and stay in Finland to learn Finnish language, even for the future for permanent residence or even nationality. And the job. Very important you come and build up your career, okay? One of the things you should consider is Finnish language, at least survive Finnish language when you graduate. Now you may ask, how would you help me to learn Finnish? We have language center, you study for free Finnish, and other languages for free. Spanish, German, Chinese, Japanese, okay? But priority is given to Finnish. On the top of our language center, you can practice your Finnish with whom? With a family, Finnish family. We have this initiative from LUT University, Meet a Family, means that you will be interacting with a Finnish family. You sign up, one of the families will accept you. It started from 16 host families. Now we have 75 host families. So you will spend days, national days together, do grocery together, all in Finnish language. The goal is to practice your Finnish. And of course, exchange your culture with Finnish family. That's their goal. So they don't get paid for that. That's something to do with between LUT and the family. For you, it's a free service. Some pictures from our campus. The top right corner is LUT's campus, Lappeenranta, where I am today. Is surrounded by Lake Saimaa, the biggest lake in Finland, the fourth biggest lake in Europe. A lot of activities happen there in summer as well as winter. And the other pictures, of course, cafeterias in Lahti and Lappeenranta cities, and of course, chemical engineering laboratory. More pictures. The most important one, probably the accommodation standards. In Finland, they're very high standards, but still affordable. You may wonder how. High quality, but affordable, because a lot of subsidies by the Finnish government for the student housing. Student life expenses. You remember earlier we talked about affordable life expenses? Yes, I repeat, Finland has affordable life expenses if you compare it to other destinations in Europe or in the Big Four. Living expenses. An apartment, shared one, you share your apartment with someone else, with another student. You can always even do joint application if you have a friend of yours, or you come with someone, or you get to know somebody along the way here at LUT. 300 euros to 350. Apartment of 50, 60 meters square. If you would like to have more privacy, then you can have your own studio. 400 to 500 euros. We have Lahti, Lauas, in Lappeenranta we have Lauas, which is in charge of securing accommodation for students. This organization operates under LUT to provide accommodation for students. In Lahti, we have Lahden Talot, which are in charge of securing accommodation for students. You don't have to worry too much about this now. When you get an acceptance letter, you will get all the instructions. Sports and well-being. Gym, group exercises and activities, ball games, courts for 30 euros per semester. You can access the gym anytime during the day, every single day. 30 euros per semester. Access to healthcare, 30 euros per term. Nurse, doctor, and dental service. In fact, we have our own clinic unit in here at the campus. Lunch buffet, €2.95. You can eat as much as you want. And obviously, sometimes you don't feel like cooking, even for dinner, you can pick up a supper for €3. Language center, I mentioned this earlier. Free language. Last but not least, LUT University, every single degree program has its own laboratory. So if you're doing computation science and AI, you will have this data center where you go and practice your learning. If you're doing business, you will have a place where you do supply chain management, ERP systems, and so on and so forth. And if you're doing entrepreneurship, you remember I talked about entrepreneurship, you are going to LUTIS. You can even Google LUTIS, LUTS, and you find out how active they are when it comes to competitions, rewards that they give to entrepreneurs, even offices they give to entrepreneurs who are quite successful, and competitions they do, and guests they invite to our LUT University. There's a place sacred, a building only for entrepreneurship. Now, apart from all these laboratories on each degree program, there's one laboratory that gathers them all, regardless what you do at LUT, whether you're doing social communication sciences, business, or engineering, you can go to this laboratory. It's a prototyping laboratory. The idea created by Jamie Heineman. Now, it's been one of the best, most attractive places for LUT university students for free. The sky's the limit when it comes to your creation. It's a place where you unleash your creativity for free. Now, what have they created in there? The flagship, for example, motorcycle that runs 100% with electricity and has been racing with British universities for 3 years now. Right now, they are working on a Formula One car. A lot of students, mainly mechanical engineering students. We have robots created in there, drones, and the list is very extended. Rowing boats and so on and so forth. So I think you know Jamie Heineman. If you don't know him, Google his name. He's professor of practice at LUT University, originally from California. Let's have a look at Jamie Heineman Scientific Center.
I'm Jamie Heineman. I'm a professor.
All right. This brings me to the end of my presentation. I very much hope that you have enjoyed the ride. And please, if you've got any questions, Nisha, would you like probably to open the stage for questions?
Yes. Yes, we have quite a few questions in the comment section. Mr. Rajan, can you please take the questions from our students and our partners?
Okay, thank you for the chance, ma'am. So the first comment is is the early bird scholarship available for the next semester?
Next semester. What does it mean? Does it mean the next application
Next
period?
year.
Or
Yes,
Yes.
next year, yes.
Yes. Yeah, next application period. Yes, for the next application period, yes, it is. Early bird discount will be there. Scholarship will be there as well. This goes for the next 5 years.
Okay, so the next question is, how can I know if I am eligible for your university?
Well, I've listed the admission criteria. If you're still uncertain, please get in touch with JRK. They are definitely there to help you.
So the third question is is there any internship opportunities or exchange programs?
Exchange programs, when you're at LUT, you can do exchange programs abroad with 300 partner universities around the world. If you are in your country and you would like to come to LUT, then that's a different question. All right, then that's a different question. Then you'll have to ask university for that. But you have to ask them whether they collaborate with LUT or they're looking to do something with LUT, and that they can work it out that way. But if you're at LUT, yes, 300 partners around the world.
So I have one question too. Do students get any opportunities for internship? like in the first year or second year from the university?
Internship, we have our career service team. They can actually, very good question. They can Google career service, LUT University. There will be a detailed plan, what kind of programs they have, what kind of companies they invite for the Dooney Day to see the companies. Normally 140 companies come to talk to students, recruit students, and then they tell them what kind of internships they're opening. The career services answers that to students when they start at LUT University.
Okay, so the next question is, do you provide accommodations for all of your campuses?
Yes, we do. As long as you apply early, you will have accommodation. If not, then it will give you other alternatives.
Okay, so is early bird discount already deducted from fee shown on the slides, or it has to be deducted here? Sorry, later.
At the early bird discount, as I mentioned earlier, there was 12,000 minus 2,000, so 10,000 euros. And for masters, 10,000 euros. So it's discounted as I mentioned in the slides already. And then the second year is scholarship. We call it differently.
So is interview required for admission?
Again, sorry?
So is interview required for admission?
No, for bachelor, no. Masters, I would say only 20% of the degree programs that require interviews, 20 to 25%. Bachelors, no, definitely no.
Okay,
So
for
is there
I
any
have a question like, sorry to interrupt. I have a question, regarding, so for master's student, there will be an interview, not for all the programs, but few programs, or is it for all the programs?
Only some programs. And it's listed in the admission criteria, whether there's interview or not. Yes, very good question.
Okay, I think we have a questions from Hriday Yadav. He is asking for like his Karelia University. Actually, we are with live with LUT University. If you have any specific questions for any other university, please connect with us. We will definitely help you on that.
Exactly. Yeah. Yeah.
Yes,
So
Mr.
okay,
Nijan, go on.
okay. So is there any specific requirements for master program?
Admission criteria, yes, they're all listed. Specific on each degree programs, there are specific admission criteria on each degree program listed in our website.
So okay, the
And
comment
of
is
course,
from
if they have a
Ramshaw.
question, they can contact our admission team as well.
Okay, can you describe more clearly for curricular economy master program and which faculty is given more priority for admission?
Okay, so let me, if it's possible, because I've booked a room for 1 hour in here, I can just take 2 minutes because it looks like we have more questions. It's great. I'm happy to answer. I can just change the room and then we can talk more. All right, in a bit. I'll be here. I'll just switch. All right, so I'm back.
Okay, there are around 2 to 3 new comments right now. So okay.
Brilliant. Welcome in.
There are few double degree programs in your website. Can a student apply only bachelor program from them or need to apply both in bachelor's and master's?
Sorry, I didn't get the point. So are we talking about bachelor's application first or?
So let me explain this question. So basically, as you mentioned, like if the student apply for bachelor's, they will get the direct admission for the master's as well. But if the
Exactly.
student only wants to study the bachelor's degree, is it possible?
Okay, all right. Yes, of course. So basically, just to explain this, the background of this, the universities of research in Finland, in general, when they admit students, they give them 5 years. Okay, and they admit them to bachelor's and masters. Now, the student, they can do bachelor's and tap into the career world. They can do that. It wouldn't be a problem at all. But if you would like to carry on straight to masters, there's no need, for example, for submitting other documents. They just have to choose a program and get in that program. Okay, but not necessarily they'll have to do masters. They can do, it's an option. If not, then they can just tap into career.
You're on mute.
Sorry,
Sorry.
I'm really sorry. So, what are the academic requirements to get admission in LUT University?
Bachelor's or masters?
It's for bachelors.
Bachelor's. So as I mentioned earlier, GPA from high school. GPA is general school. Basically, it depends. If it's Nepal, Bangladesh, India, it ranges. But when I say high school, so high school, all the years in high school, we need GPA, general score. For business, 80%. Okay? For engineering, GPA is 70%. Plus, for business, there is general mathematics, not advanced mathematics, very basic mathematics, any mathematics, okay? But it has to say mathematics. We require 70% score. That's for business. Engineering, as I mentioned, 70% GPA, and then advanced mathematics, 80%, apart from computation science and AI, which requires 90% because it's more applied mathematics. But we're looking here for engineering, advanced mathematics, and you will find advanced mathematics in our website when you go to international rolling admission LUT. Maybe I can.
In the context of Nepal, students usually don't have mathematics in their upper education, like higher education system. So, what are the process? Do they need to be eligible for the application or admission in LUT University?
You mean they don't have advanced mathematics at all?
Yes, advanced mathematics and also basic mathematics too in their higher education.
High school.
Yes.
So, okay, let's say, for example, a student in Nepal would like to study bachelor in engineering. What do they do in high school?
No, for business studies. Basically, they don't have math in management. Usually, some of the students choose mathematics, but most students don't choose mathematics in their higher education.
Yeah, exactly. That's a problem with Nepal, as well as sometimes in some regions in India. Exactly why we need to see math in general. We need to see math, not like, for example, financial terms or, for example, statistics. We need to see math. So even basic mathematics, we need to see that.
Okay, so I'm studying in English literature. Can I apply for any business master's program?
Yes, you can, but you will have to do GMAT or GRE because now your bachelor is irrelevant. So your bachelor is not in business, so it's irrelevant. Then you will have to do GMAT or GRE exams.
Will accounting or finance or statistics or economics be counted as mathematics?
Unfortunately, no, not yet. As far as this point, no, not yet, because we did some digging for that, and then we found some that the requirement for mathematics still stands as general mathematics. So if you've done, let's say, for example, statistics and so on and so forth, but then there has to be mathematics, any general mathematics for business studies.
So, okay, can you describe...
Sorry to add one thing here. So, for example, if you're not applying for business, so let's say you do economics and you don't have mathematics in your high school, but then you'd like to do engineering, then you can do OMPT. But then you can do OMPT to go to engineering. Then if you would like so seriously, desperately to do business in bachelor, then you have the option of SAT. And let me add something here. SAT, when you do it, you can do, even if you fail the language skill, but you have IELTS and SAT in math, we can combine the SAT mathematics with IELTS. We can combine them together.
Okay. So can you describe circular economy program requirements? Which faculty given priority for admission?
Circular economy. Are we talking about masters here, right?
Yes, it's for masters.
What priorities are? Sorry?
Can you describe circular economy program requirements? Which faculty
Okay.
given priority for admission?
Just a minute.
Like they're
It
asking
looks
like how the student can get the like admission faster, like which student you select faster. If the student has to be like same background or work experience.
Very
Yes.
good, very good. Okay, let me now let me see here the screen. University, LUT University. Okay.
I think the student has so many queries. If a student has any more queries or anything, any questions about the requirements, they can directly contact GRK team, whether it's Nepal, Bangladesh, or any other country. We are operating globally. We are recruiting students globally. We can definitely guide the students for the LUT University to, convert on their admission or offer letter.
That's exactly, yeah. I was just trying to actually share the screen, but it does only the entire screen. I have no idea why it doesn't show. For example, here, do you see my screen now?
Just a second.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, all right. Let's go to circular economy. Studies. Apply to LUT, apply into master's programs. We go here, we click apply into master's programs, and then we go to regular admission because this one has expired already. We go down here. Okay. Circular economy. Circular economy. Here we go. Renewable energy technology, air part X, no. Circular economy. Right. Are we talking about I can't see only the circular economy degree here. Yeah, here we
Yes,
go.
it's in
Environmental technology. Yes, environmental technology. Yeah, so this is more actually engineering, but with circular economy sustainability here. So let's have a look at this program first. Before I tell you about the admission criteria, first we'll go to this program. Every single degree program, mind you, has a video and learning outcome or the degree outline. Okay. Now, there's a video here you can watch. Students talking about the experience and the lectures as well. They talk about what they teach in circular economy, for example. All right, we're not going to look at this now, but I would like to go here. Please keep in mind that this is available on all degree programs. The degree outline. When you click here, you go to core studies, and then you find the curriculum. For example, if you specialize in circular economy, as you can see, minor studies, for example, let's say performance management or energy technology. All right. As you can see, even the Finnish language is in here, English, Finnish for work, and so on and so forth. So every single degree program, and even these ones are hyperlinks. So you can click and see what kind of books they use, what kind of assessment is used in this degree. And then we go back. When we go back, you go back once again, and then we see circular economy admission criteria, right? Outside of Finland, obviously, we need Bachelor of Science in Technology Bachelor of Science, so one of these ones. Natural Sciences, Business Administration, Social Sciences. Okay? One of the degree programs. No requirements for previous program studies. Fantastic. So this is an easier degree program to apply for in Masters at LUT. Why? Because there are no previous related program studies required for this. Okay? GPA?
Yes, very good program.
Yeah, exactly. So GPA, it's fail or pass, but then it might give you more score if you got higher. A language, as I mentioned earlier already, if I click here, here's the language. IELTS is here. Okay, but I go back here. One thing here in evaluation is very important. You look at what happens in evaluation. So how do they evaluate? Maximum 10 points when you have these degree programs. One of the degree programs, which is quite doable. And 6 points for the following degree programs. Okay. And as you can see, GPA out of 5. Exactly. So the higher the better, but there is no minimum. You can apply with any minimum you have, but then the higher the better. So here it depends on how many applicants apply in the degree program. If there's still quotas, even if your GPA is not that fulfilling, then you can get in. So my advice finally here on this degree program in particular is apply, because it looks like it's very accessible, right? And of course, interview, please don't get scared of the interview. It's just, are you motivated to study this degree program? How are you motivated? In other words, you've done bachelor's in this. What would you like to improve in your studies? How can these studies improve your life in professional life, career, and so on and so forth? What is your objective after successfully, for example, completing this maths? Sometimes it can be recorded. Sometimes it can be face-to-face with very humble, relaxed program representative, associate professor, or professor. Okay?
Yes, I think that answers the student's question. And as we are on the requirement part, I have few questions. We always get queries from some of our students. We recruit students from Africa region as well. So, for example, if the student is from like Nigeria or Ghana, as their first language is in English, so is it possible to get the language waiver for these students?
Okay, very good question. This has been a hot topic. We are working on the Western African countries. Yet, we are doing our due diligence. We are digging deeper, understanding the curriculum. Because why? We've realized that despite the fact that the Western African countries, they speak English, they study in English, but some regions are not yet that competent in English language. So we'll have to learn which regions in Western Africa, the Western Board or the Western African Board of Education, which ones would be exempted from language requirement.
Okay. Thank you so much. And regarding the language requirement, I have another question. From some Sri Lankan students, they do have like UK degrees, or some students completed their bachelor's in Australia, UK, or Canada. We have seen students. So for those students, is the language requirement like 6.5 IELTS is required?
Very good question. If you have done your studies in English in Europe or UK, Australia, English-speaking countries, New Zealand, the US, Canada, South Africa, English-speaking countries, then you are exempted from the language requirements.
Right.
Yeah, either in high school for bachelor or in bachelor for master's.
Okay, I think there is another question regarding the requirements. I think our students are very interested on the requirements, how they can get the admission to your university. And sometimes it will not be possible to, explain all the programs, because you have a large number of and variety of programs in your university. So I would suggest if you have any specific requirement related questions, please contact GRK International. We will definitely guide you your dream university admission. We will definitely help you on that.
Yes, exactly. Please do contact JRK. They have had a very, very extensive experience. They've been recruiting students to LUT for a few years now, and then we're working very closely. with them in recruiting international students. They definitely will help you out. Now, last thing I would like to declare, meet us LUT. JRK will send you an email about this as well, in details, later on. But these are webinars coming up in December. Masters in Business, Technology, Social and Communication Science. These are the ones that will be delivered by the program representative, meaning a professor from business, technology, communication, social and communication science. And there will be our student ambassadors as well present. Students who are studying at LUT, and they will be present in that to talk about their experience in studying at LUT and in Finland. JRK will share with this with you later if you provide them with your emails or your contact details. I'm certain they have already retrieved your contact information.
Okay, so
Yes,
we
we
have
will forward
new comments right now.
Do you have any more questions?
Yes, there's one question in comments, like it's from Nepal. Many college provides USA, UK degrees in Nepal. Are they exempted for English requirements?
Fantastic question. Very good question. Apply to LUT, applying to bachelor's programs. All right, when we say US curriculum, we have to be quite specific here. International qualifications, it's either A-level, International Baccalaureate, or of course, European Baccalaureate and French Baccalaureate. All right? So if it's any of these ones, for example, A-level, then these are the requirements.
Okay. For
Okay.
if you students like completed any degree in like or UK, USA, or any degree completed, then you just now match the requirements and they will be like eligible to apply in LUT University.
Yeah. So basically, let's say, for example, they have an American curriculum, but then it's just an American curriculum. Let's say, for example, it's franchise of X college that's just gone to Nepal. For us, that doesn't make any difference because it's not an internationally recognized certificate. Okay. So in that case, they will have to apply with the local curriculum, and they still have to submit one of the language requirements here. Of course, it's much easier for them to do those language requirements because they have studied in English. But then, if they don't have any international recognized high school certificates, like for example A-levels or international baccalaureate, then well, we see that just as local curriculum.
Okay. I think yes, we have answered all of our questions from the comment section from our students. And we can end our session for today. Thank you so much, Ilyas, for joining the session with us. And we are like highly interested to give you more student. And I think our students are also interested in your university based on the questions we have till now. So I would ask our students whether you are from not only like in Nepal, Bangladesh, or like Asia, like we recruit students globally. So wherever you are, if you're interested in LUT University, you can directly connect with us. We will definitely help you admission through LUT University. Please, Mr. Ilyas, if you could lastly say something to our students.
Okay, what I can say is that thank you for your time, first of all, and second of all, whether you decide to come to LUT, whether you decide to come to Finland, or you choose another destination around the world, remember, education is an investment, all right, and it pays off in 15 or 20 years. So be patient, but definitely certain it will pay off. It's an investment. Many investments around the world, you invest, you may fail or succeed, but with dedication, it definitely pays off. It's the only investment that definitely pays off. It takes a bit of time, just be patient with that one. Third advice, when you go anywhere in the world, do not look for a job, look for a career. there is huge difference between a job and a career. A job is anything that any people can do, but a career is something that is relevant to your professional profile. That makes you a great professional by the years. So even if you come and work part-time in Finland or anywhere in the world, but do not make that as your bread and butter. Your bread and butter is a career. Remember this, because it pays off later on in the future. That's it.
Yes, that's true.
My end. Yeah.
Yes, thank you so much for your wise words, and thank you so much for your nice presentation. I think our students have learned a lot from your presentation, and they will definitely connect with you or GRK team for any other queries if they have. Thank you, Mr. Region, for joining the session with us as well. Thank you, everyone, for joining. I think we can end the live today.
Thanks a lot, Nishu and Rijan. I'll see
Thank
you
you very
around.
much.
Take care for now.
Okay.